Republicans promised us cheaper stuff, more good times, and a fresh start. What did we get? We got tricked. Remember when he said we'd get so rich we wouldn't know where to spend our money? That this would be America's golden age? A rich golden age? You paid your taxes every year? You worked to pay for your Social Security every year. You played by the rules. Now Republicans are changing the rules. Why is Donald Trump absolutely unable to ignore these 4 funny ads? What is it about these 30-second videos that makes him freak out on social media again? Stick around, because once you see how the Lincoln Project turns his biggest weakness into their biggest win, you'll never look at their plan or Trump the same way again. Quick favor before we move on. If you like this stuff, please give this video a like and subscribe to the channel. Believe it or not, more than 92% of viewers haven't subscribed yet. It's free and only takes a second, but it means the world to us. So did you subscribe already? Great, thank you so much for your support. Now, back to the video. The Lincoln Project isn't just a regular group that doesn't like Trump. They're not just here to argue about rules or point out when he's being fake. That's been done too much. No, what really makes them special is their goal to make Trump feel super embarrassed in a really personal way. Trump's recession, inevitable. Trump's dumb tariffs, you pay them? Seen Trump's stock market lately? It's crashing. A powerful leader disagrees with a judge. He orders her arrested. His main police guy says that it's a warning to other judges. We will prosecute you. Social Security is a mess. His office is closed, helpers cut, helplines turned off. But they don't just want him criticized. They want him really mad, walking around Mar-a-Lago with his phone, typing angry messages in all capital letters on Truth Social at 1 a.m. And based on how he acts, it's safe to say they've got it right. Here's the thing about Trump. More than anything, the man hates being laughed at. People making fun of him in public is like his kryptonite. It hurts someone who worked hard to look strong, rich, and powerful. Trump the winner? That's been his brand for a long, long time. He put his name on tall buildings, sold steaks named after himself, and even made "you're fired" a famous saying. Spent his life trying to make the world believe he couldn't be touched. But that all falls apart when someone shows him a mirror and makes fun of the worst parts of his personality. That's exactly where the Lincoln Project hits him. The Lincoln Project knows Trump's worries like they read his secret diary. They make fun of everything. How much he cares about ratings, his weird body movements, his cheesy hand gestures. Nothing is off limits. Old ads, like the famous Morning in America, didn't just criticize how he handled money problems during COVID. It attacked him hard, making him look weak, not good at his job, and completely out of control. Another great one, Kavita, has made fun of his strange balcony scene after he was in the hospital for COVID-19. The dramatic music, the fake opera singing. It was impossible to take that moment seriously after seeing that ad. And Trump? Let's just say he didn't laugh it off. Got super mad in public, making the ad last much longer than it should have. But why do these ads hit him so hard? It's not like Trump hasn't been criticized before. It's the way the Lincoln Project delivers these hits like a super careful doctor. While normal attack ads use sad numbers and scary voices, the Lincoln Project takes a different road. They add silly humor to their criticisms, turning serious problems into funny jokes that you can't forget. That mix of humor and embarrassment doesn't just hurt Trump's ego. It makes his whole strongman image crumble. He's not powerful or scary when they're done with him. He's just small, petty, almost silly. Now, let's look at one reason why this plan works so well: Trump's deep need for attention and to be in charge. Many smart people have said that Trump loves being the center of attention, good or bad. That's why his famous idea of any press is good press worked for him as a celebrity. But here's the trick. The Lincoln Project uses this against him when they make fun of him. When their videos spread like crazy, Trump has to respond. Ignoring it would make him seem weak, and losing control of what people are saying is one of his biggest fears. So he falls for it every single time. Think about how he's acted in the past. After the shrinking Donald Otta, simple 45-second video making fun of his small-mindedness, Trump reportedly spent hours complaining to his helpers about how unfair and mean it was. He yelled at news channels online, accused the Lincoln Project of doing illegal things, and started a long, angry speech about his perfect record. Did he prove the ad was wrong? Not at all. Instead, he made it more popular by making sure even more people talked about it. The Lincoln Project knows this reaction will happen, and that's what makes their funny ad plan so damaging. Like they made these ads specifically to live inside Trump's head without him being able to get rid of them. They don't just say Trump might have messed something up. They plaster it everywhere with bright lights and funny timing, making it impossible for him to pretend it didn't happen. But there's another part to their plan. It's not just about getting a reaction from Trump. Millions of Americans are losing money from their retirement plans as the stock market keeps going down. They don't care. His tax plan, yours goes up. Elon pays nothing. You trusted him, believed in the myth. You think he won't arrest elected officials who dare to stand up to him? Of course he will. You think you and your family are safe if you speak out against Trump, scaring people, fear, arrests? The Lincoln Project isn't just embarrassing him in their videos. They're giving him the microphone so he can embarrass himself even more. It's not even unfair. He plays right into it every time. Critics might say that the Lincoln Project's way of doing things feels mean. Let's not forget, Trump has spent years saying he's a guy who can dish it out as well as he can take it. Turns out, the giving and taking don't balance quite so well when the hits are this targeted and this funny. But here's the million-dollar question. Why does Trump keep falling into this trap again and again? Surely by now he knows how this cycle works, right? Well, stick around, because in the next part, we're going to break down exactly why Trump, even though he knows better, just can't stop taking the bait. Donald Trump's reactions are as easy to guess as they are messy. And somehow, the Lincoln Project has managed to turn this into their biggest weapon. If there's one thing Trump can't seem to do, it's ignore a direct attack, no matter how small or childish it might seem. It's like clockwork. Say something making fun of him, and his response feels almost guaranteed. In most situations, being able to guess what someone will do can be a good thing. But in Trump's case, it's become his biggest weakness. The Lincoln Project knows exactly how to use it. At the heart of this is Trump's extreme need to be in control and get attention. For Trump, being criticized, especially in public, feels like a direct threat to the image he carefully built. Whether it's his so-called business success, his big, beautiful ratings, or even the way he stands on stage surrounded by applause, everything about Trump's look screams, "Look at me and only see a winner." But here's the funny part. When the Lincoln Project makes fun of him, they aren't just questioning his plans. They're attacking the very core of who he is. They aren't saying he's wrong. They're calling him a loser, loud and clear. It's the kind of insult he just can't ignore, which is why he always falls for it. Let's look closer at how the Lincoln Project traps him. Their ads aren't sneaky. They're made to make him angry, full of sharp humor, silly pictures, and just enough real facts to make the jokes undeniable. But what's important is that these ads don't stop when they go public. They're also made to hit Trump personally and hard. Their over-the-top style demands that he react, because staying quiet could be seen as weakness, a signal he's never willing to send. At the same time, reacting right away, which is exactly what he does, ends up making the noise he's trying to stop even louder, and it's all on purpose. When Trump gets mad, the order of events is almost funny in how consistent it is. He storms onto Truth Social, usually typing out one of his classic crazy rants sprinkled with insults like losers or failing Lincoln Project. Instead of making the ad seem fake, his posts bring millions of new people to see them. Take, for example, when the Lincoln Project showed ads near Mar-a-Lago. Trump's angry response, calling them nasty commercials, only confirmed they had hit their target. As a smart person who studies how politicians think, Martha Kodum explained their plan uses Trump's biggest fear, not being important anymore. The Lincoln Project doesn't make fun of his policies in the same way normal opponents would. They take a more personal route, turning his worst nightmare being seen as unimportant, silly, or small into a joke that keeps happening. This is where the cycle begins. Once Trump reacts, his response always gets picked up by the news. The headlines explode with phrases like "Trump goes off on Lincoln Project ads" or "Trump slams parody attack." News channels show the ads completely during their shows, making sure they reach people far beyond where they were first shown. Trump's angry posts, meant to say the Lincoln Project is failing, end up working as free advertising. The Lincoln Project doesn't have to spend a penny on more